welcome to episode 79 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. Real quick, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, be sure to check out the description box below for so many links to direct you to all of the places, all of my social media platforms, pattern shops, specific things that I'll talk about today, and show notes are all linked down there. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Today is Saturday, November 11th. I am still in awe that November is actually here. I cannot believe it. I feel like time is passing by so quickly. I'm kind of in the season of the days are so full and long, but they pass by in an instant. It is just the weirdest thing. Time is weird. Anyway, I have so many things to share with you today because it's been a while since I last filmed an episode. We went on a trip last weekend for my brother's soccer, really, but we were able to visit with family too, which was so nice. So anyway, we were there last weekend, and so I filmed episode 78 before we left. So it has been like a week and I think 2 days since I last filmed. I think maybe even a day more than that. So about 10 days. I have lots of progress to share with you guys. I had a really productive trip, like knitting wise. It was fantastic. It's the first time that has ever happened, and it felt absolutely amazing. And now I'm doing like everything in my power to make sure that it happens again. It was so awesome to, kind of be, it wasn't really a vacation, but to kind of be just a little bit more relaxed, but still get things done was so good for my soul. Anyway, I have lots of things to share with you guys today, and I'm super excited about all of them, and we're going to go ahead and start off with a couple of finished objects. So I have 3 finished objects to share with you guys today. 2 pairs of socks, 1 new beanie, 2 of all of that is designs. They're exciting FOs, I'm not going to lie. So first up, let's do the one that isn't my design. So I finally finished these socks. Oh my goodness, the drama behind these socks is real. So these are the Simple Knit Cable Socks, I believe is their name, by Lily Knits. They're free on her blog. I could not recommend this pattern more. It is so simple and straightforward, just like all of her patterns are. I really enjoy following her patterns. And they're so cute and squishy, and they're like slipper socks. Seriously, so fun. So anyway, I absolutely love how these turned out. Here is my pair. Now I did make an accidental modification, but I honestly really like the way that they look. So the cable is designed to go up the foot. So these are worked toe up, which I don't typically do. So I kind of think it didn't mess me up, but I think it just confused me a little bit going into the leg, maybe. Anyway, so the work toe up, you do the cable on the front and then not on the back while you're knitting the foot. You place yarn for the afterthought heel, which is what the heel is in this pattern, and then you start the leg. Now, she has written in the pattern to do the cable repeat on both the back of the leg and the front for the leg of the sock. I was totally intending to do that. It would be super cute. Like I said, it was an accidental modification. I actually started knitting. I set it down. That was really the kicker. I set it down for like, I don't know, probably less than a week, a good few days after preparing for the heel, and then I was going to knit the leg, and I just completely forgot to do the cable on the back of the leg, and I decided that it wasn't worth knitting back. So I absolutely love how they turned out. Honestly, if I was to knit another pair, which I totally plan on doing, I would do the same exact thing. I would omit the cable on the back and do the cable on the front. I just think it looks so nice. Again, not that it doesn't look nice on the back of a sock. Totally knit, the socks however you want to, but I really love the way that these look. So here's kind of a better view of, actually let's turn it sideways so that you can really see it. Here's a better view of the cable. It's the simplest cable. There's like a leaf or something. It's the simplest cable in the book. I absolutely love knitting these. So I had a little bit of drama when it comes to the yarn. I knit the first sock, and then I could not, and still can't. Maybe I just dreamed up the fact that I thought I got 2 balls of this yarn, but I thought I had 2 balls. I could not find the second one, so I ordered another one. So there was like 3 weeks between when I finished the first sock and knit the second sock. But I knit the second one while on our trip, It went super fast. I knit it in a day. I actually forgot my cable needle at home because I just wasn't thinking about it. So I knit all the cables without a cable needle, which was totally doable. A lot of people actually prefer to do that. I don't generally. I don't really mind using a cable needle, but it was totally fine to do it without one. So anyway, these were so much fun to knit. Definitely planning on knitting a second pair. I've also realized something that I think is super fun. So most of my sock patterns are designed to be like all of the Success socks line. So right now I have the shorties, the original Success socks, and then also the DK, worsted, and bulky. So all of those socks are designed to be pretty snug fitting. So I use a smaller size needle than typical for all of those yarns, and they're designed to really fit your foot very well. They're not really designed with a lot of slouch. And I really like that, but I'm very curious to see if you guys want a collection that is designed to be more slouchy. So these would be socks that would intentionally be a little bit too big, like on the leg, still fit the foot very well, not too long, but just super cozy to wear, like during these chilly months in the house, maybe like a house sock collection. I don't know. Let me know if you'd be curious about that, because I am really itching to knit some more cozy, like kind of oversized socks like that, and I want to know what you guys think. So anyway, let me know if you'd be interested in a collection like that, because I think it would be so fun. Anyway, so that's all to say. These were knit on a size 6 needle, and that's kind of what got me thinking about that. And they're so squishy. So anyway, absolutely love these socks. I'm really excited to make another pair. I think I might be doing another one for maybe on the another pair in December or January, like sometime when it's still cold, and maybe even whole fingering double. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet, but I think that would be super duper cute too. So anyway, love these socks. Super excited with how they turned out. The yarn, I talked about it, but I didn't tell you what it is. This is Knit Picks Gloss DK in the colorway Masala. One of my all-time favorite colors. Like, I've been obsessed with this color for the entirety of fall, and I am a little bit sad for fall to end because I've had so much fun creating fall content this year. I am truly going to miss it, but anyway, love these. Really looking forward to making another pair one day soon. Alright, next up, I'm actually going to need these blockers again, so let's just take those off. So the Genesis socks, the pattern is completely done. It is ready to be just for me to hit the publish button, which is beyond exciting. I'm so excited to release this pattern. It's going to be coming very, very soon, so stay tuned. I have a few patterns that are going to be coming out soon. It's going to be crazy, guys. The rest of this month is going to be crazy in terms of pattern releases. I've had so many planned, and they are finally like all nearing the finish line all at the same time. So I've been planning content, and it has been a little bit overwhelming to realize how much I want to release and realize that I can't do it all at once. But anyway, it's super exciting. So all of that to say, these are now complete, and the pattern is going to be coming out very soon. I just can't even tell you how excited I am. So the Genesis Messy Bun Beanie was the very first pattern I ever published, January 1st of 2020, and I have been growing that collection slowly ever since. And it has just been so much fun. So I have been dreaming of releasing the sock pattern, and it is finally almost here. Super pumped about it. So I used Knit Picks Stroll in the colorway Treasure for these. It is my all-time favorite color, period. This exact mustard is my favorite. I'm obsessed with it. It's just so stinking gorgeous. I love it. Anyway, so this pattern is going to be coming out very soon. Stay tuned. Super, super excited to release it. And these are the coziest socks ever. I made the sock a little bit longer than the leg a little bit longer than I typically do. And I chose to do the patterning all around the leg instead of just on the front, which I think was really fun too. It's a fun little modification, I think. And of course it's written like that in the pattern too, and you could modify it to do whatever you choose, but I really love the way that these look. So that pattern is going to be coming out very soon. I did have a pattern release very recently, and that is my last finished object. I'm trying to set these down in such a way that I don't spill my drink, because that has happened before, and it is not fun. It is at least not coffee, so it wouldn't be as big of a deal, which is good. Anyway, so the the Genesis, the bulky Genesis beanie was my most recent pattern release, and I love this thing so much. It is so cute and fun. It works up so quickly. Actually, somebody already knit the pattern, and like they started it the day I released the pattern, and they were finished the next day, which is just absolutely crazy. I'm so grateful for y'all's support. I absolutely love this design. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. I used Knit Picks Big O. I don't remember the colorway name, and I meant to look it up before I started filming. I think it might be like Garnet Heather or something along those lines, but it is the mustard color. It's easy to find online. It is so cute and squishy. This would be the perfect gift knit. It's written in multiple sizes, so you're bound to find one that fits whatever size, you're looking for. Yeah, I am just obsessed with this beanie. I think it is so cute, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. So definitely check out that pattern if you haven't already. Thank you so much to everyone who already has and already downloaded it or purchased it. It means so much. So I'm very excited to release some more beanie patterns. I have another one coming very soon that I'm also really excited about, that I'll share in Design Talk later on. Anyway, so that is my last finished object. I am so happy to be finishing things. I am just filled with so much inspiration and motivation lately to create all of the things, and while it is slightly overwhelming because I have a crazy amount of ideas, it's also beyond exciting, and I'm so grateful for it. So anyway, those are all my finished objects. I do have, I think, 2. I'm looking over at my show notes. Yeah, I have 2 works in progress that I want to share. So let's go ahead and talk about those. Alright, so I'm going to share my kind of normal work in progress first, and that is a pair of socks. So I am knitting my, quote, November socks. These are the socks that I am knitting just kind of throughout this month to relate to the month. I've done it every month this year so far. I'm really excited to do it one last time for December. I'm not sure if I'll do it next year. I haven't quite decided yet. I've knit so many socks this year. It is crazy, but this has been a really fun challenge, and I'm excited to kind of compile them all at the end of December, and like take some fun pictures with all of them. I think it's going to be super fun. But anyway, I am knitting another pattern by Lily Knits. She released this pattern, I think, in October, and I have been itching to knit it ever since, but I wanted to save it for November because I thought it would just be so fun to knit them throughout this month with this yarn. And my yarn is tangled around my needles, which, okay, there we go. So I believe these are called the Bliss lace socks. It's free on her blog. Again, highly recommend the pattern. Here is what my sock looks like so far. So I haven't done a ton on these. I'm definitely going to be doing some more soon, of course, but I started them while we were on our trip, and I have been incredibly busy since the minute we arrived home. So I have not worked on them since, but anyway, here is what they look like. So these have a 1x1 rib cuff, which I actually made just a couple rounds longer than what she originally designed. And then it goes into this gorgeous lace pattern that is so fun and enjoyable to knit. I believe there are only 2 rounds where you're actually knitting the lace, and then the others are just working in this rib pattern. So simple, so fun. I am obsessed with these, and I love the way this yarn looks with this pattern. It is so gorgeous. She designed it to use Knit Picks Stroll Tweed, which is exactly what I'm using. I'm just using a different colorway. So this is the colorway Persimmon Heather. And again, this is Stroll Tweed. I love Stroll Tweed. I've talked about it 1,001 times already. I'm obsessed with it. I just adore tweed. But anyway, I really am loving these socks, and I'm super eager to knit on them some more. I think I'm going to have the pattern repeat memorized really soon, which is going to make it a lot easier, I think, to take them on the go. But yeah, I am loving these. It's like a little sock build right now, but yeah, they're so fun. Such a gorgeous color. I'm really excited to wear these. So yeah, so that is my first work in progress. Now my second is a new test knit. First, I should mention, I have not made any progress on shawlography this week. That has definitely hopped on the back burner full on. I'm 100% going to finish it. It's just not going to be this week, obviously. I am really hoping to get it done before January. That is kind of my big goal. We'll see. I'm really hoping I can make that happen. I'm going to have a school break soon, and I'm itching to work on all of the projects during that break. So anyway, that's going to be started back up soon. And then I have not made any progress on the quilted sweater coat by Two of Wands this week. I decided to put it on hold for our trip because it just wouldn't travel very well since it's getting so big. And I didn't work on it when I got back yet. So I'm going to be picking that up again this week. Next step is the pockets. So I'm definitely hoping to have that done soon. Now, in the meantime, I am doing a new test knit for Chantal of Knititude. She's amazing. Such an inspiration to us all. I think she's awesome. And I am knitting her Cable Crush joggers as a test knit. And let me tell you, I'm knitting pants. I'm knitting pants. I cannot believe I'm knitting pants, but I am obsessed with the fact that I am knitting pants. It is so stinking fun. I'm amazed by this pattern. Just as a designer, I feel like I can appreciate, good patterns or just understand the math that goes into it and all of the time and effort that goes into writing a pattern. I feel like I have a deeper understanding of it. And this one is top notch. It is unreal. It's amazing. I could not recommend this pattern more. I can't wait for it to be released so that you guys can knit these too, because they are so much fun and so simple too. That's what really blows my mind. They look so professional, even store-bought, obviously. Now I know they don't look store-bought, but when they're done, it's going to be amazing. I am so pumped about these. So I have made lots and lots of progress. I don't even think I've shared these yet on the podcast. I don't remember. But anyway, I was waiting on yarn for quite a long time. I got it in the mail, and then I started them right before we went on our trip. So I worked on them a ton while I was there and in the car, which was so nice. And I made quite a bit of progress. So the waistband is now complete, and this little I-cord drawstring, which is so cute and the best little touch. I have wow, I cannot talk. I'm trying to say almost and also at the same time. Felt like I meant it. I'm also almost done with the first leg. So it is really, really long. And like I said, I'm almost done with it. So I have I think 10-ish rounds of stockinette left, and then I'll jump into the ribbing. You can see that it decreases all along the leg, which just looks really nice, and it's going to fit so well. I'm a little bit concerned about the length for these, for me personally. However, that being said, she has specific instructions in the pattern for how to modify the pattern itself and the rate that you decrease based on your height, which is so nice. So she has a version that is for shorter people, which would be I can't remember the exact measurements in the pattern, but I think it's about 5'1" to maybe 5'5" maybe. I myself am 5'1", so I definitely fit into that category, obviously. And then she also has a taller version. So if you are, like I said, I think about 5'6" or taller, she has instructions on how to modify the pattern to suit your needs as well, which is so amazing. Now, all of that being said, because I am testing this pattern, it is very important that it is as close to the pattern as possible, just so Chantal can better measure yardage and how the pattern actually works up when knit to pattern, which is super important for pattern testing purposes. So what I am doing is knitting the pattern exactly how it's written, which is for somebody who is a little bit more of a standard height, unlike myself. And then if I find that this leg is too long, when I completely finish it off according to the pattern, I will just calculate my yardage and then go back and undo what I did to make it the right length. So there's a chance that these will fit perfectly, without any modifications, which would be amazing. So we're just going to see. I'm almost done with the first leg, and then I will try them on and evaluate what I need to do for the second leg. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving these. They are so much fun to knit, so mindless too. It's just a lot of stockinette, which is what I absolutely love doing. So I'm super, super excited about these. I've also been needing some sweatpants, so it's perfect timing. Perfect timing. And the yarn that I'm using is working so well for this pattern. This is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch in the color Silver. It is an acrylic and wool blend, so it's a really beautiful blend for something like a garment or a beanie or something along those lines that's going to be worn and used a lot. And this is also a really affordable option if you're trying to use some wool. It still has that acrylic, so that makes the price go down a little bit. And I think it is a gorgeous yarn. So I've used it before, but this is definitely the biggest project that I've made with it to date. I think I've made a couple of like headbands in the past. I have a pattern called Mimi's earworm that features it. I knit those, or I crocheted those for my Mimi, so that's why they're named that way. Anyway, I have that pattern available, and it uses Mighty Stitch too. So anyway, these are going really well. I'm definitely excited to make some more progress. I'm hoping to have the first leg done this week, and hopefully the second leg started would be super awesome. I'm trying to finish them as soon as possible, just so that I can get all the notes and all the photos and things to her within the time frame, of course. And yeah, I absolutely love these so much. Definitely excited to finish them. So that is it for works in progress. I'm just working on those two things right now. Now I do have a couple of designs that I would love to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into that. So the first design that I'm currently working on is a new beanie, and this is in collaboration with Hobie, and it has been so much fun to work on. So here is my progress so far. I am using Hobie Highland wool. This is 100% Peruvian wool. It is so beautiful to work with. This is the color number 25, so you can find that online if you're curious. This is a 100% wool yarn. It's a DK. It's kind of more like a sport in my opinion. It's definitely on the lighter side, but like I said, it is so nice to work with. And I just love this color for fall. Of course, as you can tell, I'm really loving this color nowadays. And here is my progress. So this pattern is going to be releasing very soon. I'm actually going to be finishing up this sample today. The pattern is almost ready to go. I just need to add pictures, of course, and then finish calculating yardage and things like that. But I'm really excited about it. Here's kind of an up-close look at the stitch pattern, which is so fun. It's kind of supposed to imitate falling leaves, which I think is really beautiful and perfect for this time of year. Yeah, I love it so very much. So I'm really excited to keep working on it and finish it up, and then of course wear it. It's the perfect time for wearing a hat in the mornings. It's amazing. I love colder weather. Now, one more design that I am working on, and this is, I'm so pumped about this, you guys. I cannot even contain my excitement. So, I'm sure you're familiar with Nitty Natty Love and Stitches. She's such a big inspiration of mine. I've been following her forever. She's been following me for a while, which has just been so incredible. Yeah, I'm so grateful to be a little part of her community. She is hosting Sockmas this year, which is a knit-along that starts the day after Thanksgiving and goes through Christmas. And you're just supposed to knit a pair of socks. That's it. It's just a festive theme. She has a few sponsors for it. There's a person that made charms, somebody that made bags, and then 2 yarn dyers. And so she released all that information earlier, and those pre-orders have been made. So all of those makers are working very hard to get all of those items out to all of the makers that are participating in this knit-along. It's so fun. Such a fun idea. The theme this year is Disney, but I love the way that she's done it because it's definitely related to Disney, but it's more inspired by it and inspired by the magic, which I think is such a fun idea. I myself have never been to Disney, can't talk. But I love all of the colors and like sparkles, all of the fun things that go into it. I think is so fun. So anyway, I am super excited because I'm going to be collaborating with the designers to create 2 patterns, and I have the yarn from Addison of Ruby and Rose's yarn ready to go. Still waiting on yarn from the other amazing dyer, so I will talk about that later, of course. But this is the first pattern that I'm working on. It's going so well. I'm just working on the sample right now. The pattern itself is done. And I am so pumped about this idea. So, I am using her Castle by Day sock set. So, this comes with a white sparkly mini in the base that I got. So, this is the set that I got. Of course, you could have gotten a different set for sure. But, anyway, it comes with a white mini. This gorgeous color, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful kind of tonal purple. It's so beautiful. I absolutely adore it. So it comes with these 2 minis, and then this full skein which is a literal work of art. I think we can all agree. I am blown away by what Addison creates, but this is the color. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Oh my goodness. So far I have only knit the cuff. I had to work out the body of the sock, and I wanted to get some pictures of this yarn all lined up before I not ruin it, of course, but knit it up, and so it's not as pretty in the cake anymore. But anyway, all that is done. I am set to actually whip up these socks, and I am so excited about it. So these are going to be some heavily textured knit and purl socks. The other pattern will be a more, not more difficult, but just a very different pattern. It's going to feature some slip stitches, and I'm really excited about it. So the two patterns are going to release the day after Thanksgiving, the day Sockmas starts. A lot has to happen until before then, of course, but it's a really exciting idea that I'm being able to just put out there, and I am so grateful for it. This community is just amazing, and I'm honored to be a part of it. But yeah, so really excited about these socks. I cannot wait to see how they work up, and they are going to be so beautiful and magical. So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be posting some more updates and things like that on Instagram stories, so I highly recommend following me over on there if you're not already. But yeah, I'm really excited for all of the ideas that I have. Like I said, it's a little bit overwhelming. I'm working on a ton right now. I have a lot on my plate, more than I ever have before, and it's crazy. Life is crazy, but like I said, I'm so very grateful for every bit of it, and I am learning so much along the way, and that is definitely super important. So anyway, with that, all of the knitting and crochet content is now done. If you'd like to stay for a devotional, I would love it if you did. So I'm going to be talking about that next and just kind of sharing a little bit with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different, and that is just kind of my routine with reading the Bible and practicing it daily. Now, I encourage you to read through the show notes because I have it laid out a little bit, not better necessarily, but it's just written in words, which can be easier to see sometimes. So those are linked down below. I encourage you to give them a read through if that's something that helps you. But I was talking to somebody earlier this week who has become such a dear friend, and she was asking how I read my Bible and when I do it, how I fit it in my schedule, how I stay on top of it, just things like that. And truthfully, it can be really easy to fall into a routine that is, quote, boring, or you just get bored with it because you do it so much. I myself thrive with routines and schedules, and if I know what's expected of me, I will do it. If I have goals, I will do it. But if it's something that isn't written down, or isn't always on the top of my mind, I'll either forget, or it won't happen, or something along those lines. So I'm always very intentional on just doing this little bitty nighttime routine that I'm about to share with you guys, because it's the most important part of my day is spending time with Jesus one-on-one. Now, the truth is, once we truly accept Jesus into our hearts and we live with him, he will be involved in every minute of our day, because our lives will be guided by him and our days will be under his authority. And I think that's a really beautiful and important way to live, and that is definitely my goal and how I want to live my life. And I encourage you to do the same, of course. But it's important to think of it as a relationship. So if you're a parent, it's often that you will spend one-on-one time with a child to, better harness that authority maybe, or just to grow that relationship. If you're meeting someone new for the first time, or if you're growing a new friendship, you will spend one-on-one time with them because you want to get to know them better. You want to, enjoy their company. And then if you have been friends with somebody with a really long time, myself, my best friend moved away recently, and so whenever we get together, which is rare nowadays, but we both treasure that time so dearly, and it's so important. And our time with Jesus should be the same way. Even if our lives are guided by him and we are, under him every minute of the day, it's important to still take some time every single day to be one-on-one on him, for him to be your biggest focus and to set everything else aside. And so that's kind of where my little routine kicked in. And when I was realizing I was so busy with school and work and business stuff, it can all be very overwhelming for sure. And there is a lot to manage. And I'm definitely learning a lot about balance during this season. And I think it's a really important season a really important lesson to be learned. But every night I make it my intention to spend time one-on-one with Jesus and just by myself in the quiet, which can be hard to find for sure depending on the season of life that you're in. But for me, it is late at night, and that's just what has worked for me. I've done the same thing for a few months now, and it just works. So every night I will make a gratitude list. I've talked about this before, and I am so passionate about it now. I've done it for over a year. I was inspired by a lady at our church who I admire so dearly to start this. And so she originally encouraged me to do so, or I guess I was inspired by her to do so. And so for over a year now, I have just listed just 10 little things that I'm grateful for every single day. And it's important to not only think about those things, but to write them down, to see them on paper or, on a phone, whatever works best for you. But for me, it's definitely pen and paper. To just write them down and look at them and recognize them and see, yes, I'm so grateful. And it's important to focus on those things. And doing that has completely changed my outlook. And I am very grateful, again, just for the fact to practice gratitude daily. It's a really, really important skill. And necessary for this day and age, for sure. So anyway, that's one of the things. And then next I will read a chapter out of my Bible. Just one. I've been reading through the New Testament lately, and so every night, whatever book that I'm currently in, right now it's Numbers, and I just read a chapter. And of course, it's super important to read more than one chapter and to really dive into the Word, but if you set yourself the goal of just reading, one solid chapter, I find that I am a lot more intentional about it, and I will mark it up in my Bible and make notes and get so much more out of it because I know how much I'm going to read. Now, there are definitely days when I read so much more than that, and that is really important too. And it's important to always be in the Word and always refer to the Word, but it's also very simple to just make it a challenge or make it a goal to read just one chapter. So I definitely encourage you to do that. And then lastly, I will write in my journal. Again, this is something that I have done daily for years and years now, and so I have so many journals in my room that are just filled with daily entries. It's basically a diary. I don't really like calling that because something about that word just, I don't know, it makes me feel weird or whatever, which is silly, but anyway, I like to call it a journal. And so I will just write down everything, any emotion that I felt that day, anything that I wanted to just have down on paper to remember, any funny thing that happened, just random. It's really fun to be able to go back and read it months or years later, and just see, what I did that day. I mean, I don't typically write it like a full sentence by sentence entry. It's more of just like things that I jot down that just happen to happen. But I think that's really fun too. So that's kind of what I do. I hope that's encouraging to you. Whatever works best for you. It's all about finding, again, what works best for you. Some people find it helpful to do that in the morning. I did that for a season. Right now, I leave for work early in the morning, and it is important for me to, kind of take that time to, of course, set myself in the right mindset for the day, and to be grateful, of course, for just waking up and starting my day off right. But there's certain things that always have to get done in the morning, and so for me, it just works better to have not a slow start, but to get done the things that have to be done in order to go to work and things like that, because that is the season that I'm in. And then spending time at night doing this little routine sets me off for a good night's sleep and just ending the day, no matter what day I've had, whether it was a good day, a bad day, a stressful, anxious, whatever day it might have been, it's important to end on that good note. So I hope that was encouraging for you. Again, I have that kind of listed out in my show notes if you would like to read it that way. Have it over to my side here, so that's what I'm gesturing to. But I just encourage you to find what works best for you, and pray about it. Of course, always be in prayer. I am definitely deep in a season of prayer right now, just asking for guidance in many areas of life. This is a strange age, I'm not gonna lie, strange season of life, but I am so grateful for it. So anyway, I hope that was encouraging for you. A little bit of a life update. Life is crazy. I could probably just end it there. It's crazy. But so many good things will happen. I made a new friend this week, which has just been a treasure, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm feeling very grateful for modern, virtual communication is something that it can definitely be unfortunate at times, just some things that can happen, but it's also a really beautiful tool and can be used in a way that glorifies God. I truly believe that. But anyway, I've also been growing a lot on Instagram and just here on YouTube. It just means the world to have you guys here. So that has been really motivating and inspiring for sure. And then, like I said, I am wanting to work on so many things. I have so many ideas. I'm a little bit sad to see the fall season ending because I didn't get to all of the ideas that I had. So I'm just making a list of things to do in like 2022 so that I enter fall with so many ideas. Because I think that's going to really set me off on the right foot to work a little bit more ahead. I think will be important. But anyway, I'm also working on getting advents out early this next week. So I listed a bunch of advents in the shop, and I'm so grateful for each and every person that purchased one. It's been so fun to create those. That is my focus for the rest of this weekend. So I'm spending a lot of time on that today and tomorrow. But anyway, it has been a good week. And I'm definitely grateful for it. I've said that a lot, but it's important to be grateful. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week and happy knitting. Until next time, bye.